I'm going to try and be funny in this one, even though it's uncalled for and it's callous to do so, but I don't know how else to cover this stuff. It's like I've been trying to tell you guys that the Republicans and the Democrats are literally colluding to distract you from the weather situation. Well, I think right now we've had like $500 billion worth of infrastructure and damage in the United States due to severe weather and flooding alone. I mean, you can just check the weather destruction has been incredible. So I started to do a little research into it, and guess who's the biggest flood insurer in the United States? If you guessed your government, you are totally correct. So this is from July 13th. The National Flood Insurance Program is in deep waters. So, you know, you got just right now you have major floods in Alabama. In the last week, we have major floods in Alabama, Wisconsin, Illinois, Utah, Las Vegas, Pennsylvania, New York, I think North Dakota. And so it just keeps racking up. And I mentioned the other day, okay, close your ears, I'm going to use a bad word. I said, dude, at this point, Donald Trump's going to have to go on national TV and hump a lemon meringue pie to distract people from the weather. And it's true, you know. But like I said, there are some people who are so ingrained. And this is what I joke about. Like, dude, I literally am having a very hard time keeping Thor News up and running on $900, even collecting $900 a month to do this, while Alex Jones spends $45 million a year blaming everything on the Democrats. That is hilarious. It's not. It's sad. I mean, our entire country is being dismantled from the inside. But you have to give the bad guys some credit. They have literally dismantled our entire country, every foundation, every belief we've ever had, any type of unity we had in 15 years. They have utterly just ripped us to shreds and now have us all fighting each other. So, yeah, here you go. So, and not only is it in trouble, but it's the National Flood Insurance Program is $25 billion in debt as we speak. That is not even counting the talent. That is not even counting anything from 2017. I'm afraid we are going to find many more lost than we thought. That was how then President Lyndon B. Johnson tersely characterized the devastation wrought by Hurricane Betsy to the reporter from the New York Times on September 12, 1965. As he surveyed the damage in New Orleans 3 days after the hurricane made landfall. The storm took the lives of 76 people and caused some $1.5 billion in damage, making it the country's first billion-dollar storm. Betsy's most eroding impact. Blah, blah. After the devastating Mississippi River flood of 1927, private insurers largely abandoned the U.S. flood insurance market, leaving Congress to put together ad hoc recovery plans for disaster-stricken areas. When Betsy struck in 1965, flood insurance was entirely unavailable to those in disaster area. The damage wrought by the hurricane, however, provided the political impetus for dramatic change. And in 1968, the nation launched the National Flood Insurance Program, a federally administered program to bring affordable flood insurance to at-risk property owners. 50 years later, however, one of the world's longest-standing government-run disaster insurance programs is showing signs of strain. The biggest problem with flood insurance is that no one knows exactly what it should cost. And thanks to the generous government subsidies provided through NFIP, few people even know how much it actually does cost. Sweet. A few experts scattered through the private sector and some of the top world universities have produced intricate models with a dizzying array of risk assessment inputs, all of which continue to mutate due to continuing uncertainty over the impact of climate change. Or really wild weather getting wild and wackier. Some of these models may sync up or overlap, others may not. No one's really sure at this point because many of these models are proprietary and can't be shared. Awesome. But don't worry, Trump is going to save he's going to fix everything, you know. It's like Ronald Reagan What are the 9 scariest words? From the government, and we're here to help. And then people are like, yeah, hey, dude, Trump. No, he's going to change all that. That guy is so badass. Like, he was the greatest man ever. And, you know, whatever. That is so, like, it is, to these people, that's great. You know, like, literally. How you could believe in this guy, I have no clue at this point. Like, how you could not see what is going on? I mean, the damage that has been done in the United States alone is just incredible. I mean, think about it. Remember when the dam broke in California? The average real assessments on that is $500 million. Just to fix one broken dam. The entire bridge to Big Sur got torn off. I mean, there's so much damage that's been done. And then you're talking about government having to go in and refix it. Like, literally, and the situation's only going to get worse. So, to those people looking at government, that's like, it's not going to change, man. Government's not going to get better. Like, it's up to us to come together as a people. Instead of looking for the government to fix our problems, we have to wake up. No, we don't. You know, like, I just hope we all die fast then. If we're just going to fucking quit, you know, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm having a hard time already. Just sitting here, like, everybody's like the dog and up. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Like, everybody's, it's like chum to sharks. Like, the media comes out with the most obviously fabricated piece of, like, they're like, literally 10 years ago, they're like, what can we do to distract everybody? You know, and they're like, so they're literally just trying to come out with the most polarizing issues. You know, like, we're getting, I don't even know. And like I said, I don't know, it's make a bunch of people mad, but just, like I said, dude, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what the deal is. Whether or not you believe it or like it, there's nothing I can do about that. But, like, yeah, I've been covering the weather for 4 years, trying to tell people, like, this is the case. I've been building, like, my backlog, showing daily, wave after wave after wave after wave. And we can either adapt and adjust, or we get crushed under the big wheel. But we spend almost no time talking about the number of Americans who are literally in harm's way against risks that are increasing all the time. We've lost more Americans to climate-related disasters in the United States since 9/11 than we have terrorism. Even on that point, we've lost, how many people have died this year to severe weather compared to how many people have ISIS killed in America? 0. I know that the numbers in death toll in America is way higher for weather, but like this story, like I did this story seconds ago about the 12 million people being displaced by floods in just China alone, and that number jumped from 2.2 million to 12 million in 2 weeks. But Republicans aren't talking about the weather. Democrats aren't talking about the weather. Your media's not talking about the weather. Like, if they're going to talk to you, they're going to talk to you about climate change, which turns everybody off instantly. So people, all of them is like literally shut off. Like, for 8 years we've talked about it and nothing's happened. So people are just tired. So it's like they mentioned climate change and people just shut down. And that's what they planned, man. Like, it should be becoming clearer every day. Okay, so despite the importance of the program, NFIP faces significant challenges, including immediate concerns over its solvency. So before reports haven't come in, and this thing's already insolvent. Between 2005 and 2012, the program was forced to borrow several $billions from the U.S. Treasury to make payments to those affected by Katrina, Rita, Sandy. Money the Government Accountability Office asserted in 2017 report that the government would be unlikely to be able to pay back. That's a refreshing bat of honesty. If they gave hey, we're going to borrow some money, we ain't going to be able to pay it back. Okay? That's what hey, just pray more money, I guess, but once again, diminishing returns. Government subsidies also. So here it's saying, as it stands, the program is nearly $25 billion in debt. So, yep. Government subsidies also obscure market signals, according to Christopher Mayer, working as intended, a professor of real estate company business, which may have the unintended or intended effect of putting more people in harm's way. So, in Mayer's view, these continued subsidies sacrifice long-term economic soundness for potential short-term political gains. You think? Seems every time a flood map is drawn, local politicians run to Washington saying, how are you raising insurance rates on the poor people? So, that's where we're at. Your government, the thing I've been saying to you again and again and again and again, like the data is only reinforcing everything I'm telling you. And this is something we learned today together. Yeah, the government. When I'm saying who's going to be paying for all this crap, it's the government. And so, man, these bills haven't even come up, Anyway, so here you go. You can blame me. I'm the messenger if you want. I'm surprised you let me live this long. All right, well, God bless everyone. There you go. Strange days indeed.